Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. Opening day is here as we get the new season underway with a good matchup between the Cubs and the Miami Marlins. Hello again, everybody. Baseball is back. Welcome to our special opening day broadcast on MLB Network. I'm joined by Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. The staffs for these two teams sure to be on.
Hey, just like any team, pitching is going to be the key factor for this ball club as the year plays out. I'm sure the staff will have its ups and downs, but putting together some quality outings early in the season could do wonders for this club getting out of the gate with a good start.
The game's count starting now. Opening day on MLB Network, and it's coming up next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci. With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. Mark, what do you have on this lineup as they go for their first win?
Well, Matt, this goes for both lineups. They know they're dealing with a tough test in a pitcher's park, but they can't let that bother them too bad, or they'll walk out of here a 3-4 game set, 0 for 12, 0 for 15. They have to find a way to stay within themselves, line drive approach. One will carry out of here if they get it.
Wei-Yin Chen gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5-pitch repertoire that he has? That gives him a lot of
hit high and deep out to left center field. Brinson racing back, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. And he's looking for 3 right out of the gates today. And he'll make it into third base with a leadoff triple.
This thing had a chance to get out of here as it headed deep to left center, but it stays in the park, banging high off the wall. The runner has the play in front of him, so he sees they're going to have some trouble getting it back in, and he motors round second into third for the triple.
In now, Ben Zobrist. Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here. Career numbers against Chen comes in with 15 hits in 43 tries. He also has 1 home run. Line drive to center field. And the Cubs are going to strike first here. It's a base hit, and they have taken a 1-0 lead.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
The 3-1. And he will take ball 4. First and second now with nobody out. Now the Cubs' 4-hole hitter, Anthony Rizzo, and a great chance here for the Cubbies to add on in just the first inning. Looks at a fastball inside, so he's in the driver's seat, 3-1. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Hey, D-Roy, James Kingsley's a pretty good umpire. He doesn't get too excited, keeps things under emotions. He's a pretty good ball and strike umpire.
Yeah, James Kingsley will never show you up, and he's always approachable.
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt, but he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. Career numbers against Chen, he's 1 for 3. Into right field, that's a base hit. And the runner from third crosses the plate. It's a 2-0 ball game.
Hey guys, that's an excellent piece of hitting right there. A good changeup down and away gives most batters problems. But trying to think the other way from an offensive standpoint, excellent job.
Into the box, Javier Baez. Oh, and it misses. Ball 4, and that will force home a run. So in now for Chicago, Addison Russell. Another first inning RBI opportunity for him here. The set and the 1-1 pitch. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule.
I can tell you from experience, bases loaded, nobody out, and you get an infield pop-up, that feels just as good as a strikeout. And now he's just a double play ball away from getting out of this mess.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Now Lester squares and gets this one down. Throw to first in time, but the safety squeeze there gets him a run.
Wow, a perfectly executed safety squeeze right there, and that's such a tough play to defend when it's done right. It can be risky, of course, but not as much as the suicide squeeze. Good call from the dugout on that one.
Coming to the plate now, Albert Almora, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Now the 3-2 pitch. And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
Well, some might say a walk there is okay because you've got first base open, but he's been struggling out there. And if you're going to work around hitters, you don't want to work around hitters in the bottom of the lineup.
Hit high and deep to right center. Brinson's in pursuit. And that retires the side. So they strike for 4 runs in the inning, but are denied a chance to really do damage as they leave the bases loaded. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the Cubs 4, the Marlins coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. Time now for a glance at the Marlins lineup card in this one. Vero, give us what you have on this lineup as they start a new series.
Matty, this lineup finds himself in a hole right now. Down a bunch of runs. This is where you find out about your lineup, though, that pass the baton mentality. Can't try and get it all back at once. Have good at-bats, follow the game plan you guys worked on, and stay in the zone.
Jon Lester is on the mound for the season opener on the road in this one. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, you don't see a lot of guys that have 5 pitches, right? Sometimes it's hard to master even 2 or 3, but if you can master 5 like he has, he'll be in pretty good shape.
So he punches him out looking at the fastball. Cameron Maybin is retired for the first out here in the bottom half of the first. Hit the target, but this is low, 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. That's a hit, their first of the new season.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
Into the box now, Justin Bour. Swung on and missed, 1-2 now. Rojas leads off first with 1 away. Breaking ball there is down. Good job of laying off. It's back to 2-2. Set to deal on 2-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Pitch is popped up. Lester calls for it, and he makes the catch for the second out. Up next from Miami, JT Realmuto. His past history against Jon Lester, he's a .375 hitter. He's taken him deep once. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. This one's down to third. Bryant is up with it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Marlins leave 1. They trail here 4-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Ben Zobrist. He reached on a single in his first try. Here's the 1-1. Heading out towards shallow right. Maben is there. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Up next for the Cubs.
Digging in to try it again, Chris Bryant. He reached on a walk in his last time up and later came around to score. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. But that'll hit off the wall in left center. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Any hitter will tell you that a shot like that just feels different. It sounds different off the bat. See his arms get extended, right arm tucked up against his body, barrel the bat all over the ball, and he smokes it right off the wall in left center. A little more hang time, and that one probably gets out of here.
Stepping in now, Anthony Rizzo. Way outside, nearly to the backstop, 2-1. In his career, Rizzo is slugging north of .480, which puts him among some of the best power hitters in the game in that category. Hard hit ball to second, and that's through into right field for a base hit. And the runner from second will stay put at third, so they're runners at the corners now with one away.
The catcher, number 40.
Into the box now, Wilson Contreras, and they're runners at the corners now. And he misses with it, ball 4, so that'll load the bases, and now he's really going to need to get a ground ball.
The batter, number 9.
Ready for another chance, Javier Baez. And a big hit here with the bases loaded could really put this one out of reach early on. The 2-1 home will not catch the zone, ball 3.
Well, when the pressure starts to intensify, it often feels like the strike zone gets harder and harder to hit. This is a big spot here.
The 3-1. This is lined into the gap in left center, and he's going to come through here with extra bases. 1 run scores as he arrives at second without a play, as they also score a pair of runs on the play.
The batter.
Yeah, he squares this thing up beautifully and blasts it through the gap all the way to the wall. Then the only question that remained was whether 2 or 3 runs were going to score. They held the runner at third, but that's a timely 2-run double.
In now, Addison Russell. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
With the infield back and a runner at third, he's definitely pitching for a strikeout or maybe something like a harmless pop-up. You could see it from that high fastball, but that was just a good job of laying off that pitch.
Lifted in the air toward the line in right. Maben on the run, but no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. Now a half swing, but it's strike 3 anyway, says the home plate umpire, and that's out number 2. Digging in for his second at-bat, John Lester. He successfully laid down a sac bunt in his last plate appearance. Now the 1-1 pitch. He's outside for a ball.
Boy, his pitch count has really spiked here in this inning. He's up to over 50 already.
Here's the 2-1. Missed with a slider.
You know, that slider we just saw there is usually a much more effective pitch for him, but obviously today that just hasn't been the case. It's tough to be successful when your arsenal isn't at its best.
Still bunting here, but he pulls it back for strike 2. Contreras on third. Baez at second with 2 gone. Now he reaches out and tries to dump this one out to left. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. 1 run is in. Throw comes to second.
Boy, Dero, talk about adding insult to injury right there. And the pitcher gets a 2 RBI base hit.
Yeah, and if he throws a gem, Dan, without question, he's getting his name in the box. He's all over the box score in this one. Ribbies, innings pitched, strikeouts, all of the above.
Now the Marlins skipper's up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And a change is in the offing, as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. Probably wishes he could have gone a little longer, but the move's already been made, and he's off to the showers. Drew Wyszynski is going to come on in relief now, and he may be asked to eat several innings as this game is just still really getting underway. Standing in now, Albert Almora, very weakly on the ground.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play.
Now the payoff pitch home. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Another payoff pitch. Now a check swing here, and no swing, says the home plate umpire. Not even an appeal. It's ball 4.
Now batting.
And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. 1 for 2 with a triple so far in this one. Fastball right back to the mound. And he'll flip it onto first, and with it, that ends the inning. 9 men come to the plate, 4 score. On now to the bottom of the second. The Cubbies are in front, 8-0. Martin Prado now, as they'll have 5, 6, and 7 here to start the home half of the second.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
Starlin Castro.
Here's Starlin Castro. 3-2 pitch. Is swung on and missed. He got him. Ready now for the Marlins, Lewis Brinson. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Strike 3 on a pitch in the dirt. And that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. They're on the short end of an 8-0 score. A great shot there of the Blue Waters in long sandy stretches of Miami Beach. Back now for the top of the 3rd inning on MLB Network. Digging in once again, Ben Zobrist. He singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this.
There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. And he's going to make the catch on the warning track. A fine running play there for the first out. Here's Chris Bryant now. He came across to score after doubling in his last at-bat. The 2-1 home. Taken, strike 2. Popped him up. Castro ranging into the outfield. He can't get to it. This one's down.
Well, that's what's so disappointing as a pitcher, D-Row. You make a really good pitch, and yet this guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, you hand your batting gloves to the first base coach right there, and you thank your lucky stars. That's a nice AB.
The 1-1 home. He's running. On a line, that's a base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners following the 1-out single.
Hey guys, he's not known for being a singles hitter right here, but that's his 2nd knock of the game.
And I'm sure he'll take him, but the guys on the other side of the scorecard might be thinking we really avoided a worse fate. Into the box, Wilson Contreras. Tried to stay back on the changeup there, but this is chopped foul at home plate. The 1-2. Pitch is way outside, and he can't even get a glove on it. So the lead runner holds on, but the trailer will take second. Here now the 2-2. Popped high in the air. Realmuto moving to his left. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Great scoring opportunity miss right there. You talk about frustration, popping it up with 2 runners in scoring position. He'd like to get that one back.
Now the 2-1 is swung on and driven out to right center field. A ball that's well hit. Brinson ranging back, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. And he's in safely at third as 2 runs come across to score away from the play.
Now batting.
You take a look at this one as it flies into the gap. Both outfielders give it a chase, but they can't catch up to it. Next thing you know, one hops the wall, and he's busting his hump around second on his way to third.
Stepping in now, Addison Russell, a little bouncer. Has a look, now the pitch. 1-2 pitch is a slider that misses. 2-2. Here now the 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings.
Now batting.
Ready for another shot now. John Lester coming off the clutch 2-run single his last time up. The 1-1 home. Down the third baseline. But a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Hit out towards second. And that'll get through into center field for a base hit. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead.
He took that back right where it came from. Nice ribby knock right up the chute.
Yeah, a little bit frustrating as a pitcher. You always hear that, hey, you want to make yourself one of the defenders, but that ball was hit just out of his reach, right up the middle, base hit, and another run batted in.
And he takes ball 4 again, and they clearly just don't want any part of him in this one. Now back to the top of the lineup, stepping in, Ian Happ. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. A bouncer up the middle. And a close play at second, but the throw does beat him and the side is retired. So they do get 3 that inning. That's the good news. The bad news is they leave 3 men on base. So striding forward now, Derek Dietrich. He'll match up with John Lester now to lead off the inning. And that's in there above the belt, so it's even now. 2-2. The 2-2. Hit on the ground toward the left. Bryant's got it, and that's the first out.
Batting ninth.
Next to hit will be the pitcher, Drew Asinski. Grounded to first. Rizzo is there, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
Now batting.
Striding into the box, Cameron Maybin. First time up, he went down looking. And this is taken low for ball 4, and they'll have themselves a 2-out base runner here after all.
The shortstop.
Striding in once again, Miguel Rojas. A base hit in his first trip. Maybin, the runner at first with 2 gone. Hit the other way out toward right field. Zobrist is there, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. 1 left for Miami. They trail in this one 11-0. Ready once again, Ben Zobrist. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. The 1-1. Sent on the ground out to second. Gloved by Castro. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th. There's a look at the final line for the Marlins starting pitcher. Not the opening day he wanted to have, unfortunately. Digging in and looking for more, Chris Bryant. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA, and what does he do when he shows up? Rookie of the Year, MVP. I mean, get in line.
They talk about having a day. How about 3 at-bats, 3 knocks? Not a bad day, D-Row.
We used to say in the big leagues on the bench, anybody can get 2. Can you get 3? And if you get 3, who's on the hook for 4?
In now, Anthony Rizzo. Runner goes for second. A swing, and this one is blasted to right field. Nothing's gonna stop it. And that's a home run into the top tank. A two-run shot off the bat of Anthony Rizzo. First home run of the campaign for him as this lead got even wider.
Certainly a tape measure shot there as we take a look at it with our show track technology. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity, so it comes as no surprise that it carried as far as it did.
Into the box now, Wilson Contreras. And that one just missed outside.
Got to believe the manager didn't have this in mind when he went to the bullpen. This reliever's got to step up right here. It's starting to tickle a little bit after getting hit around early.
And a fastball misses there, ball 4. In now, Javier Baez. It was a two-run triple for him in his last debut. The 1-1. High in the air out to center field.
Waiting on it is Brinson.
And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Up next for the Cubs.
Here's Addison Russell. 0 for 2 for him to this point.
Russell.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Hit the other way out toward right field.
Chasing after it is Maben.
And that's the third out. So it's 2 runs here on 2 hits, with one of them being the home run. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. Stepping into the box, Justin Bour. He popped out in his first trip. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning. So here's the cleanup hitter, JT Realmuto. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Little dribbler up the first baseline, but it gets foul. Pitch on the way. Fouled off. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Realmuto is retired, 2 down now.
Third baseman number 14.
At the plate, Martin Prado. He flew out in his last at bat. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. To the left side, but it's well fouled. Here now the 2-2. Swing and a little blooper to center. Baez into shallow center. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. Miami down in order. Still looking up at a 13-0 score. The next Cub up, John Lester. It was an RBI single for him in his last plate appearance. Lifted down the line in left. And this will fall, but it's a foul ball. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. Again, a 1-2. Swing and a little blooper to center. Coming in is Brinson. He can't get to it. That's a leadoff single. So the pitcher reaches base to start the inning. That means they'll flip the lineup card with a man aboard and nobody out.
Hey, I've been impressed with this guy. Not only has he thrown the ball well, but now he's mixing in a base hit late in the game, giving his manager options. Whether or not he wants to pinch run, keep him in there, go to the relief. I mean, he's opened up a whole weaponry box for the manager.
Into the box, Albert Almora. Hit hard back up the middle. The second for 1. Throw to first is going to be offline, so they just get the 1 on the play.
Well, he definitely rushed himself on that return throw to first there, and he threw it away. They got the force at second, and the runner didn't advance, so it'll just be scored a fielder's choice.
And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. Happ with a 2-1 count now. Almora stands at first with 1 out. full count now. 3-2.
We could see the runner in motion here on a 3-2 count with one out. There's a pretty good chance he's going to get a pitch to swing at, and if not, it's ball four anyways.
Hit in the air to straightaway center.
Waiting on it is Brinson.
2 down. Digging in, Ben Zobrist. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. The 1-2. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Moving under it, Brinson. And that ends the inning. One left for the Cubs, but they hold a commanding 13-0 lead. Here's Starlin Castro. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
A breaking ball swung on and missed, and he's set down for the second time this afternoon. There's our line score through the first 4.5, and these guys have basically had the bats taken right out of their hands. Just one hit to this point. Hit the other way out toward right field. Moving under it, Zobrist. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
The left fielder, number 32.
Now batting, Derek Dietrich. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. 3-1 to the Marlins left fielder.
One thing that could nag at you as a pitcher is having to work really hard to get a guy that you think you should be able to cruise right through. He's not known for his offensive prowess, but he's putting together a real nice at-bat here.
And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Marlins. Still looking up at a 13-0 score. Brian Ellington gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Digging in and looking for more, Chris Bryant trying to keep it going. A perfect 3 for 3 thus far. Brinson has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out.
That's one of those tough luck outs that'll drive you crazy as a hitter. He drove that fastball, but couldn't get it down, so he has to take hard contact as a consolation.
So 1 gone in the inning, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
The last at bat, Matty B, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. This is pulled into right. Maven back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone.
Well, this one was squared up pretty good, but just like pitchers give up hits on well-executed pitches, batters make outs on balls they couldn't have hit much better.
Standing in now, Wilson Contreras. Line drive to center field. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Even though that pitcher was able to execute in off the plate, batter was able to keep his hands inside that baseball and drive it up the middle.
In now, Javier Baez. Here's a pop-up now. Rojas is there for it. And that retires the side. Cubs strand 1, but they hold a commanding 13-0 lead. Tomas Telis is going to come off the bench as he'll be asked to lead off the bottom of inning number 6. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. The 3-1. And that one misses, so the leadoff man will head down to first on ball 4 to start the bottom of the 6th. Riding in once again, Cameron Maven. It was a walk in his last trip. Ready with the 1-1. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1.
Boy, not exactly what you'd like as a pitcher. One of the keys is to minimize your pitches, attack the strike zone early, a lot of deep counts, and working himself into a lot of trouble.
The batter, The shortstop.
Ready for another shot now, Miguel Rojas. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. 1-1 on its way from Lester. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. 2-1. Here's Lester's offering. Oh, tough pitch. Things just not going his way on the mound right now. 3-1. He's set. Here's the 3-1. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. And that last pitch was number 74 for Lester in this one. Line drive to left. But coming on quickly is the left fielder to make the play for the first out.
Now batting.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Justin Bour. He's popped out and struck out in his first 2 plate appearances. A ball and 2 strikes now. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ball game. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the second time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
3-2, full count. Soft liner towards short. Go on to first will be in time, and the Marlins can't cash in here, and that ends the inning. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on. We're through 6 full. Nick Whitgren enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. Digging in once again, Addison. Now the 3-0 offering is in there for strike 1. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Prado is calling for it. He's got it 1 away. Dig. In to try it again. John Lester trying to keep it going. A perfect 3 for 3 thus far.
Jason Hayward.
And a big swing by Hayward, but this is on the ground to second. And there's out number 2. And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. And it's a strange line developing for him in this one. He's been walked several times. Hit to short. Throw in time, and the side is retired.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Chicago, number 40.
Martin Prado now. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away.
The batter, number 13.
Ready for another chance? Starlin Castro. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. Weak roller right side. Rizzo has it, and he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Center fielder, number 9.
And that'll bring in the multi-dimensional Lewis Brinson. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. A dive, but he can't make the play, and it's down the left field line. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Man, I love this angle. Looking right down the line. You can see that he generates his power from his lower half, taking it down the line for a clean double. Great look there.
Stepping in now, Derek Dietrich. And that misses, ball 4. So it's first and second now with 2 out. JT Riddle will start to loosen up in the on-deck circle as he'll bat with 2 on and 2 out here. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Marlins. Jumbo Diaz comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. And and he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning. Digging in the switch hitter, Ben Zobrist, and looking to improve on a 1-for-5 effort so far. The 1-1 is taken for strike 2. Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Ready on 1-2. And that one just missed outside.
And think about it. In game 1 of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend if they don't get really good starting pitching.
And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2.
That was kind of a gift to the hitter. He's up there probably thinking of protecting on 2-2, but when you launch a ball that high out of the strike zone, it's obviously easy to take that one.
Moving under it, Dietrich. 2 gone.
Now batting, third base.
Here's Chris Bryant now. He's got 3 hits, including a double to this point. Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here. Anthony Rizzo would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, but they hold a commanding 13-0 lead. The 1-1 is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2.
You can't go after that pitch with less than 2 strikes on you. There's no way you're going to do any damage with a ball executed down and away in the zone.
Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out. Ready once again, Miguel Rojas. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The count now at 2-1. Cue shot here out towards short. And an easy play out there as this is taken for the 2nd out.
Now batting, first baseman.
Up next from Miami, Justin Bour. He was sent packing on strikes in his last trip. 2 balls and a strike to Bour. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Happ has a beat on it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Miami down in order. Still. So. Pulled toward right center field. Rojas over to his left. Makes the play, 1 away.
Up next for the Cubs.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. Popped high in the air. Realmuto has a play. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Now batting,
The next Cub up, Javier Baez. He got under one and popped out his last time up. Now the payoff pitch home. Popped him up. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. Cubs are down in order, but they hold a commanding 13-0 lead. Steve Cishek is out from the bullpen now as he'll make his first appearance here on the season. Ready now for the Marlins, JT Realmuto. He's going to lead things off in their half of the 9th as they try to avoid the dreaded shutout.
It's never a good feeling to get shut out, and over the course of the season, it's bound to happen a few times. They've just been overmatched by good pitching.
The payoff pitch one more time. Is swung on and missed, strike 3. Martin Prado now. 1 out, nobody on. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
The batter, number 13.
In now, Starlin Castro. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Miami down to their last strike. Count is even at 2-2 to Starlin Castro. 2 out, nobody on. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. The catch is made, and the Cubs move to 1-0 on the young season as this ball game is over.
Well, that wasn't exactly a nail-biter, but it's always nice when you can get an offensive explosion like that and save your closer for another day. A comfortable victory.
13-0, the convincing final score. The Chicago Cubs put up a 4 spot in the opening frame on the way to victory. John Lester earns his first win of the season, permitting only 2 hits in 6 complete innings. Wei-Yin Chen was slapped with 8 earned runs as he takes the loss. So that'll just about do it. For my partners Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. So long, everybody.
The winning pitcher.